Cole was asking me, and so today is January 26th. So through our we are halfway done through our year with the coding collaborative. And many of you guys are like hitting the part of your projects where you are pretty much done with the code and you have like a pretty good project, right? And so it feels like, dang, we finished early or we're getting near the end of the lesson. So am I pretty much good to go? So I think that's happening in more than every single class. Like we're coming near the end, or we made really good progress, and you feel like you learned a lot, or you are learning a lot. And sometimes you're like, well, why do I need to, what's the point in coming, to more classes if I already learned how to code and get the basics done? So what I told Nicole is that, you know, I'm a person that's looking for a new job. So I know that this is a really true quote in the workplace, but you guys are in school and you're gonna hear this lesson a lot in school where your work, once you do your code, it's not enough for it to sit in your computer, right? Like we code things, we make things, and we create things out of nothing almost so that we can share it and give it to people. Sometimes we make things for ourselves, but most of the time we're making products, which is the code itself. We're making games, we're doing analytics, we're doing making music with Python, especially if you guys are making music, you want to share that music, right? And so what I want to get to you guys is, there's a Kobe Bryant quote where it says, "Job's not done until it's finished." Well, when you are doing your project, you're not done with your project until it's out in the open for people to look at, especially as a technical worker that you guys are going to become in the real world. It's not enough to just have it's really important to be good with code, but it's also even more important to be super well versed in how you share that code, being able to communicate your work, being able to communicate the value you created and show people and be excited about it, right? Because that is how good products are made. Like, let's for example, like if ChatGPT sat on someone's computer, right? What's the point? And at some point, what's the point in making a powerful large language model if you're not sharing it and giving it to other people, And there are so many projects. I mean, for the amount of projects that are open in public, there's probably triple the amount of projects that are just sitting on people's computer unfinished, right? And I'm guilty of this too. Um, there's some hard lessons that I've learned where I do a lot of work. I do a lot of work on my at jobs or for myself, and it goes unrecognized, or it doesn't reach its full potential because I didn't put it out there. And that is part of the value that we're trying to teach you at Coding Collaborative is not only are you guys going to be really good technical folks, like you guys are going to be super skilled in different languages and ways of thinking, but you're also going to have to share those results with your fellow coding collaborators and with people, in public too. So those presentations that we make you do, they're super important for you to develop that skill set. And if you guys have any more questions, I'm here to talk about, topics like this. And what I've seen in the 6 years is when you share your work, that's when you cement your knowledge. When you share and when you're forced to explain to people what you did and get out of your head, that is when you do the most learning, and that's when you're going on your way to become an expert, So, um, and if anyone wants to chime in, this is a chat, so it's not just me talking, but if anyone wants to chime in as well, please chime in too.
We have one hand up. Miss
Yes,
Sharon.
Hi, you gave PT as a one
yeah,
example of a finished product. What are some other examples of uh, finished product? And is a product ever really finished?
that's great. That's a great question. Okay. Okay. So a lot of when you guys go to if you guys go to college, you guys will learn the basics of something called like servers or email servers and stuff like that. Like you'll learn how the inner workings of how email works. The thing that we use today called Gmail, like when you send an email or when we tell you guys to log into your email accounts, your parents' email account, that's a finished product, right? That is a mass that is a product that you don't think is a product because we're it's so ingrained in our daily lives, you know? The web Google Chrome, finished product, right? Is it ever finished? No, because how many updates do you see Google Chrome get, or how many updates does Windows get? Maybe too much, but like how many, like maybe how many changes are made to email? Nothing's ever finished, but there's an idea in programming called you got to ship it. You have to ship it at some point. If you have to get it good, um, but not perfect. It may never be perfect, but it's still good enough for someone to use. So, um, and I'll just wrap up and I'll let Miss Dior. In my class, we may not get the perfect analysis when we do data. We may not make the perfect charts. We may not make the perfect graphs, but we're trying to articulate the most valuable takeaways from all this data we're trying to like study. And in Python MC, you you may not make the song as good as you want, but it is still a good, really good song. It's still worth sharing. With code, you have the opportunity to always improve it and push an update to it, you know? So you're never done, but you have to ship it. And older folks like me, we struggle with tweaking things for too long and never sharing it, but you have to ship your code. So Ms. Dior, yes, please continue.
So thank you so much for sharing that, by the way. You mentioned like shipping it. For those of us that don't know, where do I ship it and like how do I ship it? Who do I share it with? And are there like online platforms, like companies? Like what is the process of getting my work out there?
That's great. Okay.
Yeah, so Mr. Viv, before you start, let me just chime in real quick and then I'll kick it back to you. The
Yeah,
first step that we do in that process as a collaborative is we ask that every participant record their presentation. So that's step one. Okay, Mr. Viv, take it.
yeah, that's step one. Or like I think step even before putting it out there, step zero is organizing all your thoughts. Sometimes writing. Writing is still an important skill. Even if we're coding, writing and coding go more hand in hand than you guys think. Um, because this coding is an expression of technical creativity, and writing is how we sometimes how we package all that so that it's digestible to the masses. You know what I mean? So how do you start if you like I know one of my students, I hope she doesn't mind I mentioned, but Parker has a YouTube channel. So you can put a video out in YouTube, and even if like you guys might get more views than what my expectations are, but even if you get like a few hundred views, you're still sharing it out there. When you're a little older, even when you're just getting into high school, maybe some of your teachers might make you make a LinkedIn. And if you make a LinkedIn, you can do a write-up in LinkedIn. And I'll if we have time, I'll show you guys an example. Um, and you can get eyeballs to your product, right? So there's very little people in the real world that have the time to always read your code, but they want to see the value that that code brought to the world somehow, right? So if you made a song in Python MC, um, take that, record that audio using like a screen recorder app on your computer, and then you can take that file and put it up to SoundCloud, or you can take that video and put it up to YouTube, or you can still, if you have Instagram or TikTok, you can take that recording and put it on your story to Instagram or TikTok, or whatever it is that you want to share. There are so many we have things called we have the internet at our disposal, but what we're teaching you guys is the back end of the internet, like how the internet how things of the internet work, how all code behind the internet works, and then the other half of the internet is all the distribution, meaning how ideas and things are put out there into the world for people to consume. So it's important to know both sides, so that you know how to share all the cool work that you are doing. And so if you guys are intimidated, I know it's really hard. it's really intimidating to go share your work out in the real world. So I would just start with a place where you're comfortable with. So if you guys have social media accounts, I would start there by just saying, "Hey guys, look at what I made," and people will really be interested in that. I promise you. It doesn't seem like it because some people are sometimes social media can be ruthless, but there are really cool people out there that will be like, "How did you make that? That's so awesome!" Like I've read this week I've experienced that, and if you're more comfortable with social media and want to try new things, there's YouTube, there's LinkedIn. If there's anything else, guys, let me know if I'm forgetting. You can even just send the links to your friends and family. I've done that as well too. But it's about shipping. Like shipping means sharing. You can just think about that, like putting it out into the real world. So, and I know Miss Sharon, Miss Nicole, Mr. Leo, Ms. Dior, we all have things from our workplaces and our jobs where we have to deliver, and that's what shipping is. We have to deliver the value so people can have like engage with it, right? So did that, Ms. Dior, did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Just a quick detail went to piggyback on what Mr. Vivek mentioned. When when you're going through the college application process, if you're applying to some of the elite programs, you may get a yes or you may get a deferment. And there's a little process that's in place that's unspoken where you share enough of your application information to get to the yes or the deferment, but then you have a body of work that you also have available so that if you get that deferment, you have even more to share. And so having your code recorded, which is what we will do, and then shared in April with this group, having your code or your project or your song or your data recorded in a fashion that we can then put on in a YouTube link and then add it to your portfolio will just help you as you're applying for summer programs, for after high school programs, and also just to highlight your body of work that you've been able to create and ship while you're in high school. And then for those of us who are adults, it's even more important because if you are in a class right now as an adult, if you're in that data analytics class with Dr. Bakov as an adult, that shows that you are committed to lifelong learning. And so it's even better for you to be able to have your recording from the body of work that you've created with Dr. Bakov in a linkable solution that will allow you to then show it on your LinkedIn or on whatever platform you use to be able to show the work that you're able to complete. And sometimes, because a lot of people in the collaborative are perfectionists or new or beginners, they don't want to share because they don't think it's good enough. But we want to encourage you to share. We wouldn't ask you to do anything that will hurt you or embarrass you in the future. We know that this is all good stuff, and you have your mentors in place to help you make sure that whatever you're sharing is going to make you look good. That's what they're there for. Everybody who's a mentor is seasoned and they really know their stuff. So make sure that you use them because they're free resources to you.
And Nicole, I'll say one more thing before you have to go with the perfectionism is if you struggle, I everyone has probably, if you haven't heard this quote, just take this quote and try to just apply it to the context of your life. It's, whatever you're trying to learn, perfection is really the obstacle for progress, right? So the way that I look at it is if I'm doing a project and I don't think it's perfect, sometimes I tried this recently. I try to write the ideas down that I think will make it perfect, and I'll make that into project part two. So I'll come back to it. So it doesn't so that it'll be like an update to the project that I'm trying to put out there in the real world, so that it doesn't prevent me from sharing what I am doing right now, but it also lets me address my perfectionism, if that makes sense, so that it will be part of the next project, so that you get out of your own way and you deliver some sort of value that people can, engage with or use, whatever it may be. But yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Vivek. Does anyone now have any questions for him before we move on and get to class? Okay. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Did I hear someone?
Yes, Nicole, it's me. You know, I
Oh,
always have something to say.
sure.
I just want to say this, but I'm probably her most difficult student because I'm texting all the time. When. I'm always so distracted by all the things I have to get done. But what I've
Mm.
got to say is when I'm on here, I realize I'm not the smartest in the room. My slogan is if I'm the smartest in the room, I'm in the wrong room. I'm definitely in the right room. So thank you, Mr. Vivek, for what you're doing for my daughter. And thank you for
Oh, of course.
sharing that because it just reminded me, the argument when I'm trying to defend something is not Sharon's argument, it's the data. And that's
Yeah,
really what I want to learn going forward, how to use the data to show why this is concept not necessarily is right, but why you should pay it some attention. So thank you. I thought that was a great presentation. And thanks,
of
Nicole.
course. Of
Yeah.
course. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Anyone else have any thoughts or questions? Okay, well, thank you again, Mr. Vivek. Really appreciate you for your time and thank you for sharing your thoughts with our fireside chat, but then also being prepared to pop in and teach that class in a few minutes. So thank you.